Okay, so we just saw all the steps for factoring by substitution. So now let's just run through a couple of examples so we can get the hang of this factoring using substitution. All right, so step one when you're factoring really anything is to look for a GCF. We have 2x squared minus x minus 6. There is no GCF there, so we're going to make note of a no GCF because we looked for it and we're telling everyone we don't have one. Okay, so when we use the substitution method, we're going to factor the whole trinomial by a. Our a value is equal to 2. So we're going to take 2 times 2x squared minus x minus 6. When we multiply that, we're going to have a 2 times a 2x squared. So a 2 times 2 and an x times x. So I'm just going to jump right to 2x squared minus, when we multiply 2 times the x, that is just a 2x, minus 2 times 6 is negative 12. Okay, so notice that this is a times x. Our a value is 2, so here's an ax, here's an ax. So we are going to use substitution, let p equal that 2x. And then we rewrite. We have, instead of 2x squared, we have a p squared, minus, instead of that 2x, we're going to replace it with a p minus 12. And now we factor this trinomial. We're looking for factors of negative 12 that add up to negative 1. That's going to be a 3 and negative 4. So then we factor, we have p plus 3 and p minus 4. Now we're going to substitute back in. We know that p is equal to 2x, so we're going to substitute back in a 2x for the p's. So it's going to be 2x plus 3 and then 2x minus 4. And because we multiplied the whole trinomial by 2 in the beginning, we have to divide by 2. So can we divide this binomial by 2? And that 3 won't allow it, but can we divide this binomial by 2? We just have to divide by 2 once. So we're going to take this one divided by 2. Our final factored form is going to be 2x plus 3. And then 2x divided by 2 is x. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. And here is our factored form. All right, so we're going to try one more. We have a factoring a trinomial, 10x squared plus 3x minus 1. We look for a GCF first. Do we have a GCF? There is not one, so we're going to say no GCF. All right, so let's identify our a value is 10. Let's multiply the whole trinomial by 10. So 10 times 10x squared plus 3x minus 1. When we multiply the 10 times the 10x squared, we have a 10 times 10 times x squared. That's the same thing as 10x squared. Remember, we want to end up with ax in these parentheses. All right, then 10 times the 3x, so plus, I'm going to write the 3 first, and then I'm going to show the 10 times the x in parentheses, because again, I want these 10 x's here. And then we're going to multiply to the last term, minus 10. All right. We are going to let p equal 10x. Replace your 10x's with your p. So that gives us p squared plus 3p minus 10. Now we can factor it. Do we have factors of negative 10 that add up to positive 3? That's going to be a negative 2, positive 5. So we go ahead and factor. We have p minus 2 times p plus 5. Let's replace those p's with the 10x's. So we're going to have 10x minus 2 times 10x plus 5. And now we have to divide by 10. We multiplied by 10 in the beginning, now we divide by 10. So if I look at this binomial, I need both terms to divide by 10, and they don't. Over here, I need these terms to divide by 10, and they don't. But I have to divide by 10 because I multiplied by 10 in the beginning, so this is 10 times bigger than it needs to be, so I do have to divide by 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide this binomial by 2, because I know that I can divide by 2 for both of those terms. And we're going to divide this binomial by 5. If I divide by a 2 and divide by a 5, that's essentially like dividing by 10. So there we're catching our dividing by 10. All right, so 10x divided by 2 is 5x. Negative 2 divided by 2 is a negative 1. 10x divided by 5 is 2x, and 5 divided by 5 is a positive 1. And there's our factored form.